Let's begin. Alrighty, friends. I have this little cool basket of sentiments of loving kindness that I have written. This one, this little painting was painted by our wonderful friend in Florida, Michelle. And she sent me all these index cards, which I chopped up and then I write sentiments of metta on the back. This one reads, "May you smile at your awkwardness. May you smile at your awkwardness." And if you're anything like me, and I bet you are, you just have a treasure trove of noble awkwardness. So let's all smile at our treasure troves of noble awkwardness. Oh, hi, Abraham. It's nice to see you. Tommy, it's nice to see you too on camera. Just all these amazing friends. Friends, for the month of January, we started off our new year really wanting to explore the concept of mindfulness, sati. And sati is a deep, deep sutra in the Buddhist practice. And it has gained quite a bit of popularity in Western therapeutic mind. And so, what I've been wanting to bring forward is the more spiritual aspect of mindfulness, sati. And there are 4 places where we bring our concentrated efforts as we're learning to become more mindful human beings. And those 4 places of concentration are the body, the emotions, the mind, our thoughts, and our stories. The mental formations, the perceptions we have, the distortions we entertain and we internalize. For the last several sessions, we've really just been focusing on the mindfulness practices associated with the body. And I'd like to continue that today. There are six practices looking at the body. We begin with the breath, just noticing the breath. Just taking a couple of deep breaths is a practice of mindfulness. So when you start spinning a story that says, "I'm no good at mindfulness, I'm no good at meditation," if you can immediately turn your attention toward taking a single breath, watching yourself breathe in and breathe out, that is it. That is a mindful meditation. And it's amazing if you can do it with awareness and intentionality at least once a day. 1 in breath, 1 out breath. Success. The next focus is your posture, your body posture. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to explore the ways we judge ourselves, the way we put things into black and white thinking, good posture, bad posture. Body posture is just posture, noticing. And then for a practice, putting the body in a more noble posture. For all of you online, the invitation right now is to turn your body a little bit askew from the main face of your computer. Just turn a little bit to the side. Break that electromagnetic connection just slightly. And then roll your shoulders back a little bit, real gentle, for no other reason than to open the heart. And breathe. Noble posture. The third body practice is something called clear comprehension. And this is about allowing you to scan your body and really think about pausing in different parts of the body and really thinking about how well you understand how your body works. the motivation behind that particular concentration is to cultivate a spirit of friendliness towards your body. This beautiful vessel that carries you from here to there. The fourth body practice is what we're going to concentrate on today. And this is body parts, very specific body parts that are going to get a spotlight. And today we'll review that. The fifth teaching, the fifth point of concentration in the body is something called the four elements. You might know this as earth, air, fire, water. In Buddhism, that is considered solidity for earth, mobility for air, temperature for fire, and fluidity for water. The sixth body practice is something called cemetery contemplation. And cemetery contemplation is this fascinating way that we can explore the body in its decomposition, in its impermanent state, from vitality and health to sickness, decline, death. So much to mindfulness, so much that the Buddha entertained and explored, so many teachings that we have access to. So today, let's bring our attention to the body and its parts. And in meditation, we spend a lot of time in very specific parts of the body. The brain gets a lot of attention. Our senses, sight, hearing, taste, smell, get a lot of attention. The heart gets heaps of attention. The lungs. This is an invitation for you to maybe play with parts of the body that get little attention. When was the last time you spent a whole lot of time noticing your pinky toes or the calloused pad of your big toe or your elbows? Today, and the thing that I want to invite you to play with me on, the one area of the body that we often overlook, we don't think about, fingertips. Think about your fingertips. And what I'd like you to do today in your practice is bring your hands together slowly. You can look at me if you'd like to. And don't keep your hands tight. Keep them nice and relaxed. And notice that your fingertips are bending toward one another. And slowly move your hands together. And just notice. Notice a little energy there, a little magnetic energy. And then touch your fingertips. Maybe very lightly at first. Tap, tap. And just close your eyes and allow your body awareness to recognize that the moment you touch your fingertips, a cascade of activity is happening in your body beyond your control. So many sense receptors in the fingertips, sending messages along nerves, racing throughout the body, lighting up in the brain to let you know in a split second, touching something. I'm touching something. Take a moment and really press your fingers together. And then gently take your fingers away. And notice, if you notice, a little leftover impression, a little leftover imprint on the tips of your fingers. Maybe take your fingertips and bring them very gently to your face. This really intimate touch around your temples or underneath your eyes. Just gently, gently, ever so gently, touch your cheek. Close your eyes, nobody's watching. Touch your temple. This really intimate connection with yourself, just at the level of the fingertips. And then take your fingertips away and notice. Notice the imprint, notice the impression, the residue of warmth that remains on your face. Friends, we cultivate a practice of looking at the body and its parts, both the big, spectacular, obvious parts of the body and these really subtle, intimate parts of the body, for a couple of reasons. The first might be obvious, and that is to remind us that this human body, this human incarnation, is miraculous and a grand mystery unfolding. It is precious to be in a human body, and so much of it we take for granted. So by concentrating on these body parts, big or small, we cultivate that awareness of the preciousness of life, one of the four noble reminders in Buddhism. And we, with that awareness of the preciousness of this body, we cultivate gratitude for it. And in that spirit, we might begin to adopt a friendlier attitude toward our bodies and ourselves, to shift our habit energy from disrespect to respect, from misuse and abuse to care and healing over time. There is a third reason for cultivating a deep awareness of specific body parts, and my intention for bringing your awareness to your fingertips, these places that we hardly even think about. That gentle touch, that gentle impression. Imagine if you could treat your whole presence like a fingertip. Your presence has so much sensitivity, so much power to bring awareness, to leave an impression, an imprint of tenderness, warmth, solidity, presence in your fingertips, presence in your whole being. May this awareness bring you into textured depth that you are a marvel to behold, and you are a marvel beheld. Breathing that in, friends. Beholding and beheld. All because we paid attention to our fingertips. Who knew? How wonderful. Alrighty, friends. For now, friends, let's go ahead and make a dedication of merit. For anybody who's new to the Buddhist practice, it is tradition that whenever we come into the presence of the three jewels of Buddhism, the Buddha, the human being who was able to awaken to the conditions and causes of suffering and discomfort in his life and in the lives of sentient beings, is within us all. The Dharma, these are the teachings of the Buddha. The Sangha, the community of wise friends, the community of Buddhas to be, coming together, sharing awkwardness, just our wonderful, awkward quirkinesses that make us who we are, make us so uniquely divine. Whenever we come into the presence of these three jewels, we dedicate the healing, the love, the transformation that we have experienced here out into the world. So we dedicate this practice to all of our friends who are no longer walking with us upon this earth. We dedicate this practice to our friends who are incarcerated in the hospitals, isolated in homes, living on the streets. We dedicate this practice to people still in active addiction, searching for a way to freedom. We dedicate this practice to all living beings everywhere. In the words of the great Shantideva, for as long as beings exist, for as long as suffering exists, may I too remain to help dispel the misery of the world. Your practice does this. Thank you for bringing it here. Thank you for leaving such a beautiful and inspiring impression on me and this whole Sangha. Have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you next time. Namaste.